Good morning, students. Today we are going to see that validation controls in ASP.NET. Already we know that ASP.NET is used for creating interactive web pages. That is, user can enter their data. So while entering the data, while getting the data from the user, we need to validate whether it is the correct data or it is a valid one. For doing that, we are using the controls called as validation control. So totally in ASP.NET, we are having 6 controls for validation: required field validator, range validator, compare validator, regular expression validator, custom validator, and validation summary. Today we are going to see the first 3 one. So first, before going to see that, we should know all these validation controls are belonging to the class base validator. So this class will have the members to validate all the controls. So what are the members and the corresponding description for that member. So while using that validation control, we have to give which control we want to validate. So that will be given by the member control to validate. So we have to specify the name of the control which we are going to validate. Display. So this will specify whether to display the error message or not. Enable client script. So this will enable whether the client side scripting need to validate. So at the client side we need the validation or not. That will be given by this enable client script. Enable. So this will enable the control whether we want to have that enable the control validator or to disable the validator. Error message, which indicates the string. Text, so which you want to display the error message. So that will be given by the text. We are having control to validate, which specify the name of the control which we are going to validate. Display, which will specify whether we need to display the error message or not. Enable client script will specify whether to enable the validation at the client side or not. Then enable, which will give whether the control should be enabled or disabled. Error message, it indicates the error message. Text. So text, what it will be displayed means suppose the validation fails, what text we want to display. So that will be given by the text. So these are all belonging to the class base validator. All the validation control will follow these members for validation purpose. The first control is required field validator control. So the required field validator control specify we should not leave empty text box. So whenever we are specifying the text box is continuously requiring the value, definitely we have to give the value. It should not be empty. So that can be validated by the required field validator. So for each text box you have to include one required field validator. For example, if you are having two text box, if you are going to validate both text box, we need two required field validator. Suppose 5 text box, all the text box we need the data means, then we have to include 5 required field validator control. So we will see the example. So here we are having two text box, one is for getting the username and another one is for getting the password. So definitely we need to give the username and password and no text box should be empty. So we need username and password value. For validating these two text box, we need two required field validator. One is required field validator 1 and second one required field validator 2. So first required field will be corresponding to the text box 1 and second for second text box. Now what are the properties we need to set? Select the first required field validator and go to the properties. In that we have to set two properties. First one is control to validate. First one is control to validate. Here you have to give which text box we want to check, whether it is text box 1 or text box 2. So first validator is for text box 1. Here you have to choose text box 1. So this is the first property we have to set, that is control to validate, which control we need to validate. Second one, error message. So this error message we can give what text message you want to give. So here I am changing the error message as enter username. Enter username. Definitely we need the username. So we are giving the error message as enter username. So totally we have set two properties. One is control to validate. Second one is error message. Likewise you have to set for a second validator also. Same thing. We have to set control to validate as text box 2 and error message as enter password. So now we are running the particular web page. So without giving username and password, if you are clicking OK, it will give the error message as enter username and enter password. So this is the working style of record field validator. So whenever we need a particular data without empty, definitely we have to give record field validator. We need to set two properties, control to validate and second one is error message. Second control, range validator control. So range validator control specifies the input value with a predefined range. This will check whether we are giving the particular value belongings to the particular range. So it has three specific properties. First one is type. We need to specify whether it is an integer, alphabet or it is a currency or a string, double, date. So we have to specify what type of data we are going to check. Next one is minimum value. So this minimum value we have to specify the starting range of the particular value. Then maximum value will specify end range. So the beginning and ending of the particular range we have to give in minimum value and maximum value. So three properties, type, minimum value and maximum value. So here I have given one text box and we are having that range validator control. So in that properties, two properties we have to set. First one is control to validate. Here you have to give text box 1 and what is the type of the value we are going to check. So here I am giving integer. Then what is the minimum value? Minimum value I am giving 10. Then maximum value I am giving 30. So three properties we need to set: minimum value, maximum value and type. And what is the error message we want to give? So error message we can give enter number between 10 to 30. So I am giving the value as 56. So we have given the range 10 to 30. So it will accept the range only from 10 to 30. So 56 is not fallen within that range which we have given. So it will show the error message enter number between 10 to 30. So next control, compare validator control. This compare validator control compares a value within another control or else with the predefined value. So we can compare two controls or which one control we can compare with the predefined value. For this we need to specify what is the type of the particular value, then control to compare, which control we need to compare, value to compare. So the value which we are going to compare is belonging to which control, that will be given by the value to compare. Control to compare means which control we are going to compare, value to compare against which value we are going to compare the particular control. So operator, we need to specify which operator we are going to use, whether it is less than, greater than, equal to or not equal to. So what condition we are going to give, that will be given by the operator. So here we are having two text box. One is for getting the age of a particular person and next one is for getting the age of the particular person, father's age. So here we are using control to compare validation. So here first we need to set two properties. First one is control to compare. Control to compare, which control we want to compare. So we want to compare second text box, that is I am going to compare the person age with his father age. So control to compare is text box 2, that is father's age. Then control to validate, we are going to validate the person age. The person age will be given in the text box 1. So we are giving control to validate as text box 1, control to compare as text box 2. So what error message we want to give? You can give your age is less than father age. So if I am giving greater age for a particular person, then it will show the error. Your age less than father age. So here we are giving age as 23 and father age is 22. So here the condition is violated because we have given the father age should be greater than the particular person age. So here we have given less than. So it will show the error message, your age should be less than father age. So whenever we are getting input from the user, by using this validation control, we can able to check whether the user has given the particular value as a right one or incorrect one. So by using this validation control, we can able to verify the input values given by the customer. Thank you, girls.